Super Robo Tyson Impacto! It was Appa Daimyo no Super Robo, and welcome back to the Impact. Previously, the first appearance of Rom Stoll on this side of the world. And there was a whole ass, one-shot column I meant to read about Rom and his friends. The original anime, Rom's Great Counterattack, Rom's Sword Wolf is the enemy machine translation. Rom had his powers stolen by Kronos. The following episode 41, Rom, unable to perform the Vi formation, is entrusted with the Power Riser, a reinforced skeletal armored by his fellow wrestler robots along with Reina. In the game, the Power Riser appears as Reina's personal mech. Like the wrestler robot, there are many other machine robots that did not appear in the game. In the original story, from the middle of the series onwards, Rom and his friends begin to operate mainly around the Emerald City Fortress, fighting alongside Kendo Robo and other martial arts robots stationed there. Also, Pro Truck and Truck Trailer Brothers, who play an active role from episode 23 onwards, are unforgettable supporting characters. Pro Truck, armed with a large big blazer cannon, is a memorable new partner of Rom. Shame I don't remember him because I haven't watched the show yet. And then dialogue of Rom's Monologue 2. In terms of the timeline, this scenario is the event where Machine Robo Team first appears at Impact. The line in the game, "The beauty of the flowers, people call that fertility," was used in episode 37 of the original anime. There's a bit of a self-parody in the scene, so if you had the chance, please check it out for yourself. You can also see the playful side of the usually cool Rom and Jet. Incidentally, that episode is also the one which the new pilot was selected for the large robot Land Command 5, which is operated by the 5 Machine Robo members. Alright, that said, we are headed out to Near Earthsea, second area. And we have very tight skill point to try to get. I think I got it last time, so it should not be hard to do. It's just a matter of good planning and good counters. Stage 38, Aoi Kokoro no Homonsha. Blue-hearted visitors, or visitors with blue hearts. Play me the song of my people. A banger. The banger of all time. The Ninja Crew. Technically their first appearance in the timeline. Are in dire straits. Joe doesn't want to quit now that they're so close to the Earth. Chef? I don't think that's your name. But I also haven't seen all of Tobert Cage's anime. Shoof? What are we looking at here? Shaft. Shafu. Oh, okay, I guess Shafu. I don't like Shaft. File. Replace. Alright, your name is now officially Shafu. Oh, it didn't take that one. Anyway, right. And this time I didn't kill the stream by fixing it. Ninja Crew's Dire Straits doesn't know. Joe doesn't know when to quit. Shafu doesn't know if the L Shank will make it to Earth or not. A bunch of shamans pop up out near the L Shank, and the end appears nigh. Joe and the other sortie hoping to buy Gamelon enough time to repair the L Shank's alien engine. Romina is still upset that Ilbora isn't around to help, but Joe tells her to forget about that traitor. Their only choice is to handle this themselves. Gamelon tries to take Joe to task for not understanding why Ilbora, captain of the Royal Guard, left the L Shank, but Joe says he doesn't want to understand the feelings of someone who would abandon Princess Romina. Point. Despite a major power disparity, our only choice is to buy time and keep the bad guys from entering the Earth's atmosphere for 3 turns until the L Shank's momentary repairs are completed. So the goal here is kill all these idiots and then hopefully get good counters. Now their levels aren't as high as when I left them off, naturally, but their upgrades might be up there. What is your post move range of 4? Okay, so Rennie has to be either here or here. Okay, good. Lock it in. Lock it in, Rennie. Lock it in. Now... requires no morale. Alright, who are you attacking though? This is Rennie. I didn't pay attention to which one was attacking. Oh, they came in. Alright, fair enough. Play me the song of my people.
Mike, Lenny, 2人とも準備はいいか？やろうぜ、兄貴。いいわよ、ジョー。よし、コンビネーションで行くぜ。
That's one down. That's so good. Is this a killing shot? That is, therefore... Okay, so... Oh. Oh, oops. I had to redo the whole turn. Oops! Wait a minute. Doesn't Mike start with charge? No, it's focus. So here's where I think back in the day I was utilizing a rotation of memory cards. Okay, yeah, Rennie gets a stat. Combination. Come on, get that crit. Got him. Curtains. Victory. And... hell yeah. Ah! Alright, the ancient documents, the papers of Noodleguard, do mention that getting the skill point can be a little bitchy if your ninja robots are not upgraded much in episode 1. Had them attack 3 nearest trio of enemies. You have to kill all 3 by the end of the enemy turn. If you be able to use your combination at least twice, giving Joe a chance to finish off the enemy with a high crit percentage of a third combination isn't available. Exactly what I just did. The Rondo Bell have appeared on turn 2. Bride's wondering who these unknown mecha are, because we keep seeing so many of them. But after some initial confusion, he recognizes the enemy Zaboom mecha who attacked Mars. Question is what to do about the crane-like ship, which hasn't responded to any hailing yet. Excellent points out that we've got a sortie anyway. The crane attacks us, it's an enemy. Simple as that. The squad sortie, and Joe tells people not to lay your finger on them. He doesn't want to hurt other Earthlings. Goblin does not believe in this shit. Oh, hold on. Let's support first. So, the ancient tomes said to put the Grendizer and the Vice Rider in positions 4 and 5, I believe? Was it those two? I'm sure it was, but... let's see. Deploy Grendizer and Vice Rider at the very front, 4th and 5th in order. So Grendizer 4, Vice Rider 5th. Using Quattro and ammo, you can accelerate near them. So, let's go with 1, 2, 3, and then Grendizer, excellent, Quattro, Emma. Alright. Go. As I was saying before, as we sortie, Joe tells his side not to lay a finger on us. He doesn't want to hurt any other Earthlings. Gamelon doesn't buy this shit, but Rena tells him that as much as possible, she wishes not to hurt the other Earthlings. There must be some manner of... there must be something to resolve the situation. So... I may not have equipped them correctly, but we're gonna do our best. Joe, play my song.
Lenny, Mike, 俺に続け。ガトリングガンを転送してくれ。
Mike, are you hurt? Mike is fine. Mike is doing well. Mike is doing Mike. So we get some reinforcements that show up over yonder. Alright, showing the moves of the crane.
ちょっとびっくり。返しは痛いわよ。
Rennie, get your shit together. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on, I need some kind of well-lit pointer at my door. Okay, so here, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we don't have the function of marking a space in this game. Zoop. trying to calculate some shit here. 6 from the edge and like 8 down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And like probably around here. So yeah, we can squat up right around here. Okay, on turn 4. No, it's not right. On turn 3, the handy dandy, never fail, little giant Tolbert Cage appears out of fucking nowhere. It's the boy, Tolbert Cage. This is the first time that the Bright team gets to see the ninja robot. Quattro, apparently in a good position to know, observes that the thing is terrifyingly high maneuverability, and shortly thereafter the ninja squad returns gratefully to the L-Shank, despite Gamelon's attempt to leave him behind. Toby, go. No. Oh, nope, he gets to steal a kill. Tolbert gets to steal a kill. You get one. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, the L-Shank team gets to bugger off. The ninja robots get back on the boat, and they abscond, despite that Gamelon is trying to leave Rennie, Joe, and Mike behind, like an asshole. But they're only just getting to know each other, so there's a lot of trust to build up. Tobikage also fucks off. Brian is appalled that he let even more people get past him and land on the Earth, but Ko notes that they didn't really seem like they were a threat. Bright will contact the Gondor squad and orders everyone else to prevent any further intrusion. Don't let it happen again. We have none enemies, so all we can do is accelerate our way into fighting it out. So we need to, what was it again? How many up? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On turn 4, Gil and his goons showed up. He observed that this must be Mia Alice's home world. Blue. Beautiful. However... Meanwhile, on our side, we continue to wonder why people are showing up ad nauseum. Kind of becoming a pain in the ass. Excellent points out that some of these Gondor units appear to be mixed in. Gil plans to wipe everything out summarily. But Fargos? Who's Fargos? Badukosu. Okay, you. Warns him that our squad are not to be taken lightly. Devil Satan #1 has warned him as such. Gil doesn't give a fuck and says that he's going to show us just how nasty the bunker can be, and our squad haven't heard of the bunker before, but at least it now seems clear. I literally lost my place mid-sentence. It now seems clear that multiple groups are in cahoots with each other. We're going to try, but Gil runs off in one fucking turn. Get out of here with that shit.
Yohei Commander の力思い知れや。あとは任せて。下がって。かすっただけだ。
ルーには負けるもんか。
宇宙犯罪組織ギャンドラーなめんなよ。このまま地獄に旅立たせてやる。
Gilbert, you have 25,000 HP, and I'm going to try to bring that down in one turn.
相手が悪かったな。これ以上はやらせん。貴様、俺を舐めているのか。
The following tourney answers other people have no hope against these odds. Gil plans on hurrying down the surface to raise some hell until Mia shows up. Duke won't let him do that to his second homeland, and Gil's in the process of telling him how it is that he gets to watch his homeland about to go up in flames when... I'm gonna fuck up your shit! Mate! Eh? This dude again. What? He's not on my boat this time. What the fuck? What?
弱肉強食の獣たちでも殺すことを楽しみはしない。悪の道に落ちた者だけがそれをするのだ。しかし貴様らの邪悪な心を神は許しはせん。大いなる天の怒り、人それを雷という。
Okay. All right. So Rom has prepared another fine speech about the so-called lightning that is a great wrath of heaven against those with evil hearts, who enjoy killing even beasts who live by the law of the jungle. Do not do this. Gil is far from impressed. Once again, the machine robots swing into action. Again, where do they come from and where do they go? Once more, we have these strange allies on our side. Once more! I've forgotten, but this time I will read from the one-shot column before the hype music kicks in. Rom's speech, number 3. In this scenario, when Rom makes his entrance, he says survival of the fittest. That is what is called thunder! Which is a quote from the speech in episode 22 of the original anime, Revenge of Kronos. It is amusing when Gil asks Rom who he is in the game, and in the original anime the reply is, I have no name to give you! I have no name to give to you. But what? Okay, so here's the weird part. I'm going to read it as it's translated, but I think there's something about maybe it's the way it is spoken. Gil asks, who are you? And Rom says, I have no name to give you. But in the game, Rom finishes with the sharp, I have no name to give you. And in the anime, there are also irregular patterns such as, I have no name to give you. I think he's spacing it out very differently. Like, maybe in the anime he's like, I have no name to give you. But this time he answers Gil with, I have no name to give you. But sometimes he goes, I have no name to give you. Yeah, because it goes on like that. And is there any spacing in the ancient tome? Let's see. I don't read Japanese talk. I can't tell. I think maybe his cadence might differ from read to read in episode to episode that he gives his speech. Eh? No name to give evildoers. I had too much silence. Let this banger sink in for a second. Let me continue to read the other half of the 1-point column while this banger goes. The L-Shank. Romina and the Radrio Star. The L-Shank is a large ship carrying people. At this stage of the scenario, Bright also mistakes the L-Shank for a battleship belonging to Zaboom due to Hazard's manipulation of information. In episode 23 of the original anime, Tobi Kage, or as it more cleanly translated as Hiei, director of Earth Science Bureau, points out that the L-Shank is IAS-1, short for IGA Alien Starship 1, or IGA Alien, excuse me, not IGA, because the spaceship that landed in Iga Village 500 years ago and took the ninjas with it. This is recorded as, IGA Alien Starship 1. Closely resembled the L-Shank. Incidentally, there's a forbidden room inside the L-Shank the Romina's father, Radrio VII, also forbade from entering, and this was first mentioned in episode 8. The secret of the room was revealed in the de facto final episode, episode 41, as episodes 42 and 43 are compilation episodes. But even the ancient tome will keep this a secret for now.
光のエネルギーが頂点に達する。剣道は次元の壁を越えて剣竜を呼び寄せるのである。ロムは剣竜と合心することによりその力を数十倍に発揮することができるようになるのだ。
闇あるところ光、悪あるところ正義がある。天空よりの使者剣竜参上。
All right. Let us throw all of the hands. As many hands as we can throw. Gil wants to fuck off. Well, we're not going to allow it. Quattro Bagina. Fire the big gun.
Mega Bazooka Launcher 発射。
That's a pretty sizable chunk. That's acceptable. Good job. Good job, Quattro. Putting in work. Alright, let's... Can I snipe you from here? No, I couldn't. No! Wait. Not no. Not no. Turn up. You know what? Let's turn up even more. Heat up. We're gonna try, although I don't think we're gonna get there. Nah. Nah. It's fine. That sucks. It's fine. It's fine. Dun, da, 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 da. Hadouken! Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Oh well! Gain realizes he's missed his re-entry window and he makes a retreat, but warns us that after he's taken her out, we're next! Rom's a little reluctant to pursue Gil, noting that if he really is in cahoots with the space pirates, that could be a fucking problem. Our squad can only sit by and watch all... just take in names, collect data. All we can do is collect data. Who are these people? Write that down, write that down. Take screenshots, write that down. What's this gonna look like? Duke, come on, dog. Ko is level 7, Bright's level 8. That is for Ko. Hold on, don't you have gain?
奥さんはやりって意味なの。勉強になるでしょ。
Let's just delete this guy. Gone. Counter! Oh, you got hit.
悪いけどもらったわよ。
Oh, I'm gonna pull Jet out of there. Take that. Yeah, now I'm just gonna let Excellent get the rest of these over here. Alright. Although Gil has escaped, we've mopped up pretty much everyone else. Duke thanks the Machine Robo Squad for their assistance, but Rom says that he is sure our people could have handled the enemy themselves. Yeah. Jet points out that there's a lot more enemies out there, and if our people had as much trouble as they did with these goons, the real force would totally overwhelm us. Quattro's not really here to disagree with that. Bright asks Rom for any information that he could possibly offer. Rom wants to, but he also has his other duties as well. But then the Kinryu is responding to something. The Wolf Sword has responded, and they fuck off. Nope, off to our next adventure! Oh, wait! Whatever's going on with them, clearly they're not from Earth. In fact, those masks and stuff they wear almost make it look like they're not even piloted by anything. So much so that it kind of reminds one of the robots reminds Excellent of Quattro, as she points out them shades. Actually, it doesn't have to be the sunglasses, but Bright cuts the chit chat off there. He has now let 2 battleships officially pass down to Earth. And he's got to make a phone call to Hazuki. Everyone get on the boat. We have to make a report. Let's give... L or Emma? I'd use L before I'd use Emma. Like, come on. So L gets the evasion. Repair kit S. Magnet coating. We did not get the super alloy Z from Gil. Alas, alack. Didn't have quite enough money to get the stats up high enough. I could have done Annihilation Tactics, but it's not really worth it. Alright. Al and Bright agreed that things are always a little too busy around the Londo Bell. Both the previous and the current conflicts. Elle, for her part, is determined to get Judo and Rue's share of the work in their absence. I need to highlight this. Make a note. Let's see. Judo. Judo is not spelled right either. Gotta make these notes. Elle, for her part, is doomed to do Judo and Rue's parts of the work in their absence. Judo is as in the Double Zeta's pilot, the gifted new type and problem child extraordinaire, is currently out somewhere faffing about in Jupiter, and wants to know what Judo is looking for in the gravity well that gave birth to Scirocco. Bright doesn't have a clue, but he says that our squad has to shoulder the burden for protecting this age so that the future can fall to children like Judo. When Bright asks, Elle says at the time, with the Titans, Federation brass seems to really be prone to being stymied, and only the Londo Bell can be counted on. Hence, her bringing the experimental Gundam type to us. All Bright can say is that's the army for you. In response to Elle's impatience, Bright begins to explain to the military headquarters that Jabro is out of contact with everyone, and all the mysterious invaders' independent action only serves to worsen in the chaos. Fortunately, that's where the independent Londo Bell have come in, as the young women give the middle-aged Bright some ribbing. Middle-aged Bright? He's only in his 20s, dog! Middle-aged my fucking left foot! I'm middle-aged! Bright was 19 in 79, so in 83 he's 24. I guess 92, 31. Okay, maybe middle-aged. Nah, dog. I don't subscribe to that shit. That's upsetting. Damn, what a fucking tangent. Anyway, in response to Elle's impatience, Bright explains the military headquarters Jabro is out of contact with everyone. All these mysterious invaders, independent actually turns towards the chaos. Fortunately, that's where the independent Londo Bell come in, and as the young woman gives the middle-aged Bright some ribbing, Quattro comes in with a message from Side 7. green oasis that used to be the Titans' headquarters. Burning has sent a single reinforcement our way, although X-Men was hoping for about 10 Grandizers instead. It's a shame that all the super robots from the previous war are either mothballed or missing, except for the incompletely armed Dan Kuga. Quattro says that although a single mobile suit can't turn the tide of war, my ass it can't, you're better off with it than without it. Gotta think positive, man. Glass half full. Let's get through this chapter. Mash through. Okay, I guess this is where the spacing is. Just as Bright is about to fully confirm the transfer of the Beast Machine Squad to Cyber Beast Force, Hazard Pasha contacts us from the Mars Reclamation Base. He wants to see if we're aware of the mystery dudes heading for Earth. Yeah, we are very much aware of them, and we're glad to hear that he's glad to hear that we've heard of the Zaboom who attacked Mars, and psychophantically points out that they're heading for Earth being repulsed from Mars. You kicked them off Mars, so now they're headed for Earth. Thanks! Hazard has that the L-Shank is some sort of weapon from the Zaboom and headed to Earth. Just as the ones who love the Earth hopes that our squad can do something about it. I need to actually denote the boom here because that too is incorrect when it is Zaboom. Bright's grateful for the info, but Hazard says it is an honor to help out the great heroes from the last war. As Hazard's about to hang up, Quattro politely asks how Hazard is so sure that the L-Shank, an alien mystery weapon, is a warship. Hazard doesn't really have a good answer to this, and Quattro says that he just heard that the mystery mecha who attacked Mars have been given no designation whatsoever. Hazard asks whether or not we're questioning him, and then hangs up in a hurry, because he's a coward and a liar and a villain. Fuck this guy. Hang up already. Good, he hung up. Quattro explains to Duke that he's heard some nasty rumors about the Mars Reclamation Base and figures that they are hiding something. After all, it is where the Meganoids were from. Bright will get a hold of the Condor Squad and try to learn a little bit more. I just read something and it's bad. Hold on. I think I found the spot. We'll see. Ko's here. Okay, no, here we go. Ko is examining the machine from Anaheim, realizing its movable frame and such are all hallmarks of a Gundam, although it is disguised so as to hide its actual nature. The odd part of the manufacture is actually Zeonian. How could Anaheim build that? What the hell? In any case, Pilot comes forth. It's burning! Who's asked him to come over as soon as he heard things were bad, so a whelp like Ko was on the front lines. He couldn't just cool his heels in some colony. After introducing himself to Duke, he explains... Actually, he introduced himself to Daisuke. He explains that his machine was custom tuned by Nina Purpleton. Ko knows that Anaheim normally only produces gems, so how can Anaheim somehow make this Garbara Tetra on the sly? Okay, hopefully... Let's see. Alright. Bright's blaming himself for not being able to halt the enemies single-handedly, but Hatsuki says, don't blame yourself, dog. It ain't all on you. The codenamed L-Shank fleet that attacked Mars Reclamation Base also headed for the surface. A group of Reclamation Director Hazard is pegged as scouts for the new invaders called Zaboom. However, they had not attacked the Londo Bell and actually seem to be pursued by the Boom themselves. Plus, it appears that Director Hazard is hiding something, telling Bright not to worry about Mars despite the attacks by the Jovian Lizards despite their supposed shortage of war power. Either Hazard is counting on the Jovian Lizard unmanned weapons being weak as fuck, or there's some reason he doesn't want us coming to Mars at all. I'll have to check on that shit later, but for the moment, Jovian Lizard's attack on the Nadesco's ports in Sayoho is a bigger problem. This could hardly be a coincidence. Ozaki has perceived that the Jovians and the Gaizok are probably separate entities, and both he and Bright figured that Nadesco would only run off to one place, Mars. Looks like the Scarapelli project is underway, but then they get another transmission in. The transmission, meanwhile, is from Admiral Misimaru. It seems the Third Fleet in Europe is dealing with the enemy instead of their scheduled posting at Jaburo. Certainly Misimaru was at Jaburo, but they were dispatched on short notice, meaning that he doesn't know what's happened to Jaburo. And then I guess they go on from there. They just truncate stuff that already happened in the first half, because now we're over here. Master Asia and friends are heading out to Ulube on Ulube's say-so. Ulube hopes to hear nothing but great things and wouldn't disgrace the great Toho Fuhai's name. Domon tries to confirm that his father will be released upon the completion of the mission and the pursuit of that thing. Ulube assures Domon that he doesn't lie and he'll remove all evidence of his father's crime, which rather upsets Domon. Which a rather upset Domon tells him not to eat, don't even mention it, since his father is not a criminal, you piece of shit. If anyone is a criminal, it is Kyoji! Master Asia reins Domon in, and Ulube explains that somehow the Ultimate Gundam changed after it wrecked the laboratory, and involved in some other kind of mobile fighter according to the information that they have. He doesn't know precisely what, but hopes that they're going to find out soon. As they move out, Allenby wonders where Rain is, sent back to Earth to check on something from her by her father. Plans to overtake her and go to Earth in her stead. And I guess some souvenirs might be in order. Not that there's anything of value left on Earth, according to Master Asia. But with the communications out at Jaburo, Ulube reminds them that they may not be able to count on any manner of reinforcement. We return to Misimaru freaking about Eureka and Nadesco. The upside is the Londo Bell rendezvous with the Nadesco before it heads to Mars. Plus, we're getting Koji and the Dankuga. Man, it's hard to be an ally of justice sometimes, but at least we got some stud muffin reinforcements on the way. Fortunately, Koji... Oh, what? No, we're not getting Koji, we're getting Tetsuya. Right, because they are swapped, and I'm not going to swap everything. That seems a little difficult to do. Fortunately, Koji and them are still holding on Super Robot Ford on the surface. Duke tells Quattro that he can be counted on. Quattro's more concerned about whether or not they can escape the gravity well. As Nadesco makes its way out of Earth's gravity, Prospector thinks that they're all doing a little bit of a bad thing to the Gondor squad by leaving. Oh, there's a conversation on the Nadesco. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and we're getting Mazingers the end of Dankuga. That's that conversation. It's supposed to be a scene change. There it is. Back at the Nadesco, it's making its well out of the Earth's gravity. Prospector thinks that they're doing a little bit of a bad thing by leaving the Gondor squad behind. Rui points out that didn't result in anyone dying in battle for the Gondor, and even with Getter and so forth, it should be strong enough to endure. Akito makes point that Getter's almost as strong as Gekiginger, although Guy maintains that his Astabalis maintenance wasn't so crappy, things would have been even easier. Urubatake takes offense to this, who drags Guy off to a bit of brewery fanfare. Huh? As they list all of the mecha on Earth, Prospector notes that the most powerful ones aren't military, but privately owned. It causes Rui to go into an explanation of where super robots come from. And, well, there are Federation mobile suits, mostly from Anaheim. Minato can't tell the Gundams apart, but she does know that the White Demon on site, the original OG Grandpa's Gundam. This causes Rui to reel off another roll call of mobile suits that are down on the Earth. Of course, given all this squad is the best Federation can come up with, there shouldn't be much trouble on Mars. The NT1, Alex, Grandpa Gundam. Talking about so many. Oh, there's the All Tyson PTX-03. Baka. Alright. Who is in squad? There's Burning, Jim Custom. Ugh. Duke, Quattro, Co, Bright, Maria, Excellent, L, Emma. Well, at least we have Burning. We have one more number. It's not chapter 2? Oh, wow. Kind of shocking. Incredibly shocking, matter of fact. Chapter 1's not over yet. Huh. Well, what the fuck do you know?